Hello everyone, and welcome to the new video. And in this video we are going to cover a very important data structure of Python, which is known as lists. So what are lists basically? So lists are a mutable data structure of a Python language. What does it mean? It means that they can be modified, they can be updated, they can be deleted after they have been created. Alright, so let's see how the lists are created and declared. We can take a very simple list name as here I would demonstrate you here on the screen. You can see this list1 equals to these square brackets. We are going to use square brackets to declare that it's a list, and then we can put elements inside that square bracket separated by comma. If it's a string value, it should be quoted, and if it's not a string value, if it's like a numeric value, you can just simply put that. So I'll show you here. For instance, I have Alan, and then I have John, comma, I can give it a numeric value 34, any other 56, and 99. That should be it. You know that Python, there is no need to add a semicolon. It is going to intend and it's going to know that yes, that's it, this is the end of the statement, we don't need to do any other thing. Alright, so this is how we have declared a list in the Python. So always remember that the first element in the Python list is always indexed at 0, and then 1, and then 2, 3, and so on, similar to what we actually do in the arrays. The first element is always indexed at 0. Always remember, it's very important. And the last element is always indexed at -1. I will show you how to access these elements. Alright, so now if we want to access the first element, which is at the 0th position, we can access it as like list1 of this. We have list1, then use the bracket and 0. That's it. So this here is basically telling us that we want to access the 0th element, which is Alan. Now we have to see how does it work. So we can just simply print this thing to the screen and just say list1. There's no need to write it again, but just to show you guys, I am. So let me log this on the screen, not log, basically print this on the screen, everything, and there we go. We see Alan is printed. So I did print it earlier as well. So here is the 0th element. We can also print the second element, which is at the index to 1, and you will see that. And if I run this again, there we go, John. So John is the second element. That should be good, right? Alright, that works. And also, in order to show you that the last element can be accessed by -1, let me put a minus here. There we go. Let's see, it will tell you 99 now. There we go. See, here we are with 99 as the last element, and I access it using the -1. That's it. Alright, so alright, let's comment this out. And after commenting this out, I am going to declare an for instance a list2 and basically fill this up with some numeric values, 3, 6, 5, 9, just random values, you know. Alright, so now I'm going to tell you how can we apply some methods to the list. Alright, so if you see this here, and if I just write minimum, okay, let me if I write minimum, and then I actually pass the list 2 to it. Alright, and so if this min function is going to return the minimum value in this list, so I can just simply print this thing and we would get the minimum value, which is 3. Here we go. Alright, and we can also print the max value as well. Let me copy this here, and if I change this thing to the max, this is another function. This is going to tell us the maximum value. In this case we have 9. So let me run this again. There we go, because this is 3 minimum value and the maximum value is 9. Alright, so if we have a list which only consists of the strings, we can also get the minimum and maximum. Let me show you how. Alright, so if we have a string of for example C, comma T, okay, sorry, T, and then comma A, sorry, it should be coded. I think that's it. Alright, now let's see. If we simply okay, let's declare a variable here. Okay, let me declare a variable so I can store that thing in that thing. let me call as minimum equals to min. I've called the function minimum, it's a built-in function in the list 3, and I can simply print minimum. So this variable which contains our minimum value is going to be printed. Let me just comment this out because we don't want to print this on this oh, never mind, that should be it. There we go, we have got the minimum value as a. So I hope you get the point, and this would work for the maximum as well, and you can do that as well. Alright, so we can. Alright, so now remember, there's a very important point here, that this min and max functions are only going to work if you have the same data type. For instance, if you have all the numeric values or if you have all the string values. It's not going to work if you have a mixture of data types. For example, if you have A13C or something like an address, it's not going to work. These methods are specifically for the same data type, and that is where they effectively work. Alright, we have another function known as append function. Let me make, no, we have a function of append which is going to simply append a value in the list. So we can write it as list3 dot append. So we are just going to append what in the list 3. For instance, I want to add z. So let's see if it works, and then if I print list 3, it should be updated. Here we go, you see I have added z as well, so we've successfully appended the letter z here. There's another method called as delete. We can delete alright, before we're going to delete, I will tell you something about pop. There's another method we can use which is of pop. Pop is going to remove the first element of the list or any element at which we define their index. I'm going to show you here. For example, list 3 dot pop, and if I give here the 0th, and then if I print the list 3, and let me just comment this out for our ease. There we go, you see it has removed the first element, the 0th element, which was what? Which was C, and here is the updated we see here we have, let me just scroll a little bit up there, and here we have the updated data, updated list. Alright, so there's one more method I need to show. In fact, there are two more. We have this function of del, and del is going to delete an item, for example, from the list 3 which is here declared, and we are going to give it a specific index which is first. So this is basically going to delete the first element, and if we print list 3 right now, we are going to see something like never mind, there we go. So initially the list 3 had these alphabets. So initially this letter had these alphabets, T, A, Z, because we popped one element, and then we have deleted the first element. First element was 8th element, you can see this here. Alright, let me make this clear, and let me just comment these things out for our ease. That's alright, I hope it's making sense. This is going to delete the first element. Alright, so I think let's not extend the video more than 10 minutes. That should be it. That should be good, and we are good for it right now. We are soon going to cover the other part, which is going to include other methods. There's a part 2 coming of this video, which will include the functions like remove, insert, extend, sort, reverse, count, and there are other functions which I want to cover in the second part of the list. So for now, this introduction to the list is enough. I guess I will be uploading a next video in which we're going to cover the further methods. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned.